Get on board on a thrilling journey through American history. From the legendary Alamo in San Antonio to the cobblestone streets of Boston, immerse yourself in tales of bravery, culture, and heritage. Get ready to explore vibrant cities and uncover the secrets of the past in this captivating adventure. San Antonio, Texas. Step into the heart of Texas history at the Alamo in San Antonio, the ultimate must-see spot for tourists in the Lone Star State. This place isn't just any old building. It's a mix of a church and a fort where an epic showdown went down in 1836, known as the Battle of the Alamo. Picture this. A small group of Texan fighters, outnumbered and outgunned, held their ground against a much larger Mexican army for a whopping 13 days. Though they ultimately lost, their bravery became legendary. Fast forward to today, and you can be part of the action by exploring the Alamo yourself. You'll uncover tales of fearless defenders like Davy Crockett, learn about the different folks who ruled Texas back in the day, and dive into the gripping saga of the Texas Revolution. Whether you prefer to tag along with a guide or venture out on your own, the Alamo promises an adventure that'll transport you back in time. So, what are you waiting for? Let's go discover history together. Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. Washington, D.C. used to be seen as a dull, bureaucratic city, but it's now buzzing with excitement. Sure, it's still the heart of American politics, but it's also bursting with trendy neighborhoods, cool museums, and amazing food spots. You can go the classic route and visit famous landmarks like the White House and the Capitol, or dive into the city's hip side by exploring funky districts and checking out awesome art galleries. And don't miss the chance to see the cherry blossoms in full bloom during the National Cherry Blossom Festival in March or April. It's like walking through a pink paradise. Whether you're into history or craving something new, DC has something for everyone. New Orleans, Louisiana. Since New Orleans was founded as a French colony in 1718, it's been through a roller coaster of history, with the Spanish taking over and then the famous Louisiana Purchase. This mix of influences has left the city with some seriously cool old buildings. If you're into history, you've got to check out the French Quarter with its charming colonial vibe. Don't miss the St. Louis Cathedral, the oldest church building in the whole country, or take a stroll through the Garden District where you'll find these fancy old mansions from before the Civil War. Every corner you turn, you'll find a piece of history, even in the restaurants and bars. Swing by Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop Bar, one of the oldest bars in the whole country, or treat yourself to some fancy French Creole food at Antoine's, which has been serving up deliciousness for almost 200 years. And when you're done sightseeing, there's still plenty to do. Dive into some mouth-watering soul food, groove to some live jazz, or experience the city's legendary nightlife. It's all here in New Orleans. St. Augustine, Florida. St. Augustine, affectionately dubbed the Old City, proudly holds the distinction of being the oldest continuously inhabited European settlement in the United States, surpassing both Plymouth Rock and Jamestown, Virginia. Every nook and cranny of this historic gem is a testament to centuries past. Explore the expansive National Historical Landmark District spanning 144 blocks, where echoes of the Spanish colonial era resonate through landmarks like the serene Misión de Nombre de Dios and the imposing Castillo de San Marcos. Fast forward to the 1800s, and you'll witness a period of revitalization spearheaded by Henry Flagler, leaving behind architectural marvels such as Flagler College and the meticulously restored Casa Monica Hotel. Dive deeper into the city's rich tapestry at museums like the opulent Leitner Museum and the eclectic Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, housed in buildings steeped in history. St. Augustine isn't just a city, it's a living time capsule, inviting explorers to uncover its captivating stories and secrets. Savannah, Georgia. Welcome to Savannah, a city steeped in history and dripping with Southern charm. Picture this. Elegant streets lined with centuries-old buildings, cobblestone paths leading to picturesque squares, and lush greenery everywhere you look. It's like stepping back in time to the days of the Georgian elite. In Savannah's historic district, you'll find over 1,000 beautifully preserved buildings, making it one of the largest historical landmarks in the U.S. The city's layout, with its neat grid of streets, is a testament to colonial planning. And don't miss out on the public squares. There are still 22 of the original 24, each one a little oasis of history and beauty. For some must-see spots, head to Forsyth Park, a sprawling 30-acre green space, and the Davenport House Museum, a window into Savannah's federal-style architecture. Take a peek inside upscale homes like the Green Meldrum House, then stroll along River Street, where old cotton warehouses have been transformed into trendy shops and restaurants. Savannah isn't just about history, though. It's got a quirky side, too. Dive into the art scene, indulge in delicious eats at creative restaurants, and dance the night away at lively bars. With its mix of old-world charm and modern flair, Savannah is a city that's sure to capture your heart. Williamsburg, Virginia. Step back in time to America's pre-Civil War era by visiting Williamsburg, Virginia, the colonial capital bursting with history and excitement. Imagine strolling through colonial Williamsburg, a massive outdoor museum where history comes alive. You'll see restored buildings, meet actors dressed in colonial attire, and witness live reenactments of important events. Don't miss iconic landmarks like the Wren Building, the Capitol Residence, and the Governor's Palace, along with the charming Bruton Parish Church. Explore traditional shops, watch craft demonstrations, and taste delicious 18th century dishes in taverns and coffee houses. And that's not all. Discover the vibrant town of Williamsburg itself, home to the prestigious College of William and Mary, the second oldest college in the country. With its fascinating history and rich heritage, Williamsburg promises an unforgettable journey into America's past. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts is like a time machine, taking you back to the exciting days of America's birth. Everywhere you look, you'll find reminders of the city's incredible history. Harvard University, the first public school, the oldest library, even the very first subway system and public park, they're all here. If it's your first visit, you've got to check out the Freedom Trail. It's like a treasure map leading you to 16 amazing historical spots. Walk along cobblestone streets, marvel at old buildings mixed with shiny new ones, and visit iconic places like the Old State House and Paul Revere House. And when you're in the North End, grab a coffee and pastry in one of the cozy Italian cafes. It's the perfect pick-me-up. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Santa Fe, New Mexico is like a treasure chest of American history. It's the oldest state capital in the U.S., established way back in 1697. Imagine walking through streets where the very first public building, the Palace of the Governors, still stands tall. And don't forget about the San Miguel Chapel, the oldest religious building in the country, dating all the way back to 1610. This city buzzes with life, yet it's deeply rooted in its past. Everywhere you look, you'll see buildings crafted in the unique Adobe style, preserving its heritage beautifully. Wander around the historic plaza, where the Palace of the Governors takes center stage. Here, you can shop for Native American arts and crafts, soaking in the culture. And let's not overlook the fascinating museums. The New Mexico History Museum is like a time capsule, filled with incredible artifacts telling tales of the past. And if you love folk art from around the world, the Museum of International Folk Art on Museum Hill will leave you in awe. Santa Fe isn't just a city, it's a living, breathing history lesson waiting for you to explore. Thanks for watching.